Welcome into the Spiritual Noob. I'm going to do the Cancer Zodiac reading. Today, we are going to take a deep dive into Cancer's energy specifically. And before we do that, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you feel called to do so. I will be doing Zodiac deep dives once a month. I'm lighting my sage here. Whoa, smells good. Okay. I have my Virgo mug candle. I don't know if you guys can see. Virgo in the house. Turned it into a candle. So let's get into it. You know what? Before we get started, I want to pull an oracle card to see the overall energy of this reading. So let's do that now. Also, I wanted to say, so if you listen to this reading and you aren't resonating with it, you may want to check out other placements in your chart. If you are worried about home and family, maybe look at your fourth house placement. If you want to look at like your relationship situation, maybe look at your seventh house placement. If you're not that much into astrology, but you know your big three, sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, you can check out any of those readings. If you're not familiar with the sun, moon, and rising signs, I would also add Venus to that, because Venus is like the sign of love and, you know, relationships and stuff. If you're not familiar with any of that stuff, then, you know, in this reading doesn't resonate with you, check out the next reading. There's going to be plenty of readings. And you can always check in on Wednesdays when I go live to do all of the Zodiac birthday readings. And if it's not your birthday week or whatever, or month, you can just think of it as like what you're birthing into the world. And we'll kind of look at it that way. So yeah, let's pull your overall energy for this reading. I found that like a lot of the readings that I listen to on, I have a favorite reader, and I always listen to her Scorpio readings, even though I'm a Virgo, because for some reason her Scorpio readings really resonate a lot with me. So the overall energy of this reading is play. So I'm seeing in this card, there's like a feeling of like inner child. And the head of this girl is like a candy. And there's a lot of candy in the background. So it's, you know, making me think of like sweetness, inner child work. What did you do as a child to play? Maybe you need a little bit more things in your life that bring you joy, like they did when you were a child. Yeah, sweetness. Let's see. I have some notes here, so if you see me like looking off to the side, I'm looking at my notes. So I'm gonna pull a couple tarot cards. Well, I'm gonna pull a couple tarot cards for the overall energy, and then we'll do a little oracle reading. Let me knock out the energy here. I just got done doing the Aries reading, so let's kind of switch out this energy a little bit. So what do you want to say about play, Spirit? Okay. Oh, Three of Swords. So I think you're going through a heavy emotional period right now, and you need to take yourself back. It's like you almost have to will yourself out of it by taking yourself back to a mindset where you were really joyful and you were able to just play. At the bottom of the deck, you have Six of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like you've been kind of like maybe overgiving to a situation. You haven't really been taking care of like yourself. This possibly is about a breakup. It could be about the loss of someone possibly. You're just in a situation where you're really, the emotions are heavy right now. So let's see what the obstacle is. Let's get a little bit more clarity on what the obstacle that you're dealing with is, or the challenge. We're going to be using the Lightseer's Tarot today, and I'm also going to be layering with the Zodiac Tarot. So let's look at the obstacle or challenge. We have the Empress reverse. And Six of Cups reverse. And you also have Page Wands reverse at the back of the deck. Okay, let's layer this a little bit. Okay, so you have the Empress reverse and the Knight of Swords. You may be like, there may be a lot of memories rushing in for you at this time about, you know, the Empress reverse is a nurturer. She's a feminine energy. She's a mother figure. She's connected to Venus, connected to love. So there's something about the way you were nurtured, the way you were taught how to love, that is an obstacle for you. Maybe you're coming across partners that are kind of mirroring to you this relationship that you have with love. We also have the Six of Cups reverse and the Strength card. So I feel like these memories that are coming to you are giving you a lot of strength, right? Like you're able to work in the process of working through these memories that are coming up. It's like it helps you to release energy and to build your strength and to learn about like yourself, to learn about the way you want to express love to the world. Then we have the Page of Wands reverse and the High Priestess reverse. So as you know, like this is part of the obstacle. This is still part of the obstacle. Like I feel like the actions that you learn to take through all of this, through this experience with love, how to love yourself, how to love other people, how love was expressed to you. It has the effect that it has had is that you don't always have, I feel like you don't always know how to act on divine guidance. Like you're not always, there's a difference between acting taking action on things and taking divinely inspired action. And I don't think you really learn how to listen to your intuition when it comes to maybe the people you date, you know, how to express love in the world. Because I want to look up the attributes of a Cancer and the shadow aspects of a Cancer. I mean, obviously Cancers are they're a cardinal sign, they're initiators, they're emotional, you know, they're a water sign, so there's some emotion there. And when you put those things together, there's initiating there's an initiation of feeling, right? Like they're nurturing, intuitive, and emotional. They're loyal, protective, sensitive. So I feel like they have a deep connection with emotions and family, and can also sometimes be moody, insecure, and have a strong need for security and stability. So I feel like as you've gotten older, your Cancer traits have come to you in a way that have really helped you to see how the way you were nurtured, maybe as a child, you know, we have this child in the play card here, that how you were nurtured as a child. I'm gonna play some music. How you were nurtured as a child wasn't like the way you want to go about nurturing your own family or your own self. So, okay, how are you embracing the energy of the Cancer sign? Yeah, so wait, let me layer this before I talk about it. What I saw was the Fool here, and it's kind of what I was saying. It's like, as you've gotten older and really kind of like started to embody these qualities of the Cancer sign, it's like you kind of see how you want to like go in a different direction, and the way that you're expressing love to other people, expressing love to yourself, you're kind of seeing how you weren't nurtured in a loving way. Let's take one more. Ooh. You got the Moon twice here. Okay, so we have the Moon card reverse and Nine of Swords reverse. So in terms of how you are embracing the aspects of Cancer, you know, you're really seeing how certain things impacted you, and it's helping you through that understanding and awareness. It's helping you. I think Cancer is really, the sign of Cancer is really helping you to dive deep into your subconscious. With the Moon here, you have the Moon card reverse. And I always say that the Moon card reverse is sometimes like, you know, you're not always surrendering to the universe, the universal plan. So you are coming out of stress and anxiety, and you are seeing how Cancer is helping you do the inner work to come out of that. But I think that there is still a feeling of like having to really do this work on your own, do this work independently. You also have the Tower and the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like I mentioned earlier that this may have to do with like your relationships and learning how to like give love and receive love and how to love yourself. And I feel like with the Emperor, with masculine energy coming in, we have the Empress reverse, we have the Emperor here. And I feel like this Emperor is like kind of about like the different masculine energies. Doesn't have to be male. It could be male or female. It's just an energy of action, a fire energy, right? Um, I feel like the different people that you've tried to like date or that you've encountered in your life, because of the fact that you have this energy that's wrapped up in giving and receiving love, that you've attracted people that are kind of like highlighting that deficiency within yourself, right? And as a Cancer, you're able to tap into that, like you're aware of that, and you're aware that you may be going from situation to situation that ends up not turning out very well for you, right? With the Tower. But the way you're embracing Cancer energy here is through the awareness of it, you know. I think that you are still kind of like working independently, because the Moon reverse is interesting, because you know it's a receptive energy and you are receiving the messages, but it's indicate there's an indication of a lack of surrender, which is also surrender means you're saying I am willing and able to take the guidance of the universe here, right? But I don't think it's like, you know, the Moon. Okay, well, I'm gonna get to that card. Well, I'll say it now. So the Moon came upright with the Fool, right? So the Fool is about going on a new adventure, like going in a new direction. And with the Moon upright here, I feel like you are like Cancer energy is helping you to see how you need to surrender more, right? And like that surrender is this new journey that you're going on. Let's see, you have the Death card, and you have King of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, King of Pentacles is a masculine energy who's really kind of like wrapped up in a shadowy way with the material realm. So it's like your actions, there's an ending of this, like your actions kind of being led by what you're seeing around you or how you were raised, right? It's like this uber reliance on like what's been modeled to you, or what by even just the world, not necessarily like your nuclear family, but what's been modeled to you in the world, how like maybe even how you see relationships in the world, or how you know, like whatever the case is for you. I'm feeling the energy that this is about relationships, so like dating people, like not necessarily like a current relationship. You may be a single person who's still dealing with the energy of like dating people and how you're giving and receiving love in the world, if that makes sense. And it can also just be about how you're giving and receiving love to yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be about another person. So then we have Four of Cups reversed, and we have the Sun. So Cancer energy, embracing your Cancer energy is helping you to be more in touch with your emotions. And I'm not sure that you always had the ability to do that with the Four of Cups, but it's reversed here. So it's like coming out of that energy. It's like you're feeling more hopeful, right? And then the Sun, it's like continuing to do this, what you have been doing, coming out of this energy, doing that is going to help you to get to a point. It's going to help you to get to a point where you feel more successful in your life, in your your relationship life, just in your relationship with yourself, right? And then this one, this is the last one. So we have Queen of Cups reverse and the Death card. Death has come out twice here, so there's endings. There, you are ending certain cycles with yourself. So Queen of Cups is about, you know, like nurturing. Again, it's a nurturing energy, and here it's reversed. So the shadow aspect of this is coming out, and Cups is all about emotion. It's like nurturing. Like maybe in the past you have like you've kind of dwelled on certain negative energies, right? Like you sat in it, you festered in it, right? And there may be an awareness of this now, and you're coming out of that. Like you're like, I can't just sit in these negative energies all the time, right? So we're gonna look at how you are resisting the energy of Cancer. Because remember, Cancer is a cardinal sign. It's an initiator. It's a leader, but it's a leader of the emotional realm, right? So it's like but I feel like this reading is a very internal reading. Like you're taking the lead in changing your own energetic state so that what you're attracting to you is more positive. So we're gonna look at how you're not embracing your Cancer energy, how you're resisting it. You have Three of Swords reversed. This is the second time this card has come out for you. You have Ace of Swords. You have the Tower. This is the second time this card has come out for you. You have Knight of Cups. You have Nine of Wands. You have the Lovers reversed. There's that Lovers card. And you have Five of Cups. So yeah, with the Lovers card, I do think that this is about relationships of some sort. This could be romantic. This could be, you know, friendships. But there is something here about like partnership and again, how you give and receive love in a partnership. Okay. So how are you resisting your Cancer energy? So we talked a little bit about dwelling in your emotional state. But I think also you may be pushing some things down at times too, because you have Three of Swords reversed and the Sun, right? You may have like a feeling in your mind that like, I just need to get over this feeling. And like, the sun will come out again, right? It's like, but that's why you're like, I feel like you're in a cycle of this, right? And so this keeps coming up for you, like relationships with other people. It's always a lesson and a blessing, you know, and it's a mirroring, it really is a mirroring opportunity. So you're resisting your Cancer energy by not allowing yourself to, by not allowing it to be okay to feel what you're feeling, right? To kind of force yourself to come out of it. Then you have Ace of Wands. This is about intuition. You have Ace of Wands upright with the High Priestess reverse. You're getting the messages, but you're not listening to the messages all the time. They're coming in for you with the Ace of Wands, but you're rejecting them with the High Priestess reverse. So you're resisting your Cancer energy because Cancers are open. You know, they're open to this receptive divine energy, right? And so the messages are coming in for you because you're open to it. You're a Cancer, but you're resisting it because you're saying, I don't like that message that I'm receiving, and I'm not going to listen to that. So be aware of that. And the way we receive messages, so like say we're talking about someone we're dating here, right? The way we cannot listen to a message is by saying, like, say you meet a person and you know that they're not right for you, but I mean, you could be lonely at the time, or, you know, like whatever, you have certain like desires, and so you entertain this person, but they were never really right for you the whole time, right? So your intuition was telling you like this person isn't right for you, but you're dating them anyway. You're entertaining them, even if you're not dating them like seriously, you're entertaining them, right? So you're resisting that Cancer energy that's coming in for you. You have Ace of Pentacles and the Tower. You're not always paying attention to what's manifesting, like what's right in front of you. I had a client the other day who, like, she was lovely. I want to be friends. I want to be besties. I should have got her number. But anyway, she would say, okay, what was I asking her? Like, okay, in her reading, it was talking about like a truth that her guides were trying to get her to understand, and she was kind of ignoring it, right? And she's like, what is this truth that they're trying to get me to understand? And her reading also kind of showed that, like, in the past, she was on the right path and she was doing what they wanted her to be doing, but then something happened, right? And the energy kind of changed. And she was like, I don't know what it was I was doing, you know? And I was like, well, let's think about it. Like, when can you say your life was okay and then it kind of became not okay? And there was like a profession that she had where she was doing, you know, she was her life was feeling pretty good, and then she quit, and then all this stuff started happening, and she told me the story and was like, yeah, like, I don't know what happened. I don't, you know, like, I don't know what, you know, whatever. It's like she was unaware. She saw the Tower moment, but she wasn't connecting that to the fact that she quit this profession, which was like on the path of like where her guides wanted her to be going. So it's like the towers are coming in, they're manifesting to teach you something, and you're not always paying attention to it. You're not always picking up on it, right? So then we have the Knight of Cups. This is a lot of emotion rushing in for you. And you have the Two of Cups reverse. So how are you not listening to or how are you resisting your Cancer energy? I think you can be pretty lusty at times. I think a lot of positive emotion can rush in for you. And like, you can be getting that intuitive, you know, I kind of said this, you can be getting that intuitive nudge that's saying, yeah, like, you may be into this person, but they're not really the right person. Like, that's coming to you, but you're kind of ignoring that. and you're ending up in situations with the Two of Cups reversed, you're ending up in situations that are not like aligned with you, right? They don't work out. We have Nine of Wands and we have King of Cups reversed. This is the second time you've gotten King of Cups. So Nine of Wands is about, like a long battle, and you've been beaten in the head, and there's a little bit of like, you have a concussion, there's some confusion there. And then you have King of Cups reverse. So like you're resisting the Cancer energy because you're not always aware of the negative emotions that are coming in for you, that are trying to tell you to take action. Like every time we have an emotion, that's really kind of like our navigation to tell us like, go this way, go that way. This feels good, keep going that way. This feels bad, keep going that way, right? And it's not in a superficial way, because it's like, okay, so let's use drugs as an example for a minute. Like, I can do heroin and it's going to feel good, but over the long term, it doesn't feel good because I'm ruining my life. I'm ruining my relationships. I'm ruining my income, my capabilities, and like the money I do have, I'm spending on heroin. So at the end of the day, over the long term, it doesn't feel good. So when I say follow what feels good, I would say overall that being a heroin addict doesn't feel good, right? It may feel good for a minute artificially, but over the long haul, it doesn't feel good. I think that like we can turn off our intuition at times, and to where we're not connected. And so when you're not connected, you can be very confused, like the emotion is coming in for you to tell you, go this way, don't go that way. But it's like, you're not always paying attention to those messages. So you're resisting your Cancer energy because you are connected, but you can make a conscious choice to not receive those messages. And I think at times you are doing that. So then we have the Lovers reverse. This is about just dysfunctional relationships. I think you had Two of Cups reversed too. So like that's kind of the same card, but in the minor arcana. So yeah, this is totally about relationships gone south, right? And like you're resisting your Cancer energy because, so you have Nine of Cups too here. Was it 9 or 10? 10 of Cups. I think sometimes you can be kind of led by like the fantasy of like a happy life with a person. Like, I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to have a house, and all these things, right? And so it's like you're attached to that outcome, that 10 of Cups life, right? And so sometimes the person that we're looking for, we don't always necessarily pay attention to the person. We're just looking for someone to fill that role with us in that life. And so I think that sometimes you're not listening to your Cancer energy because you're caught up in like the fairy tale. You're caught up in the fairy tale, and you're not paying attention to the person that you're really involving yourself with. Is this person aligned to me? And they can even be like a nice person, right? A nice person they're not necessarily aligned to you just because they're nice. So we also have Five of Cups, which is about grief. A lot of cards came out for this. Five of Cups, which is about grief. And then you have Four of Wands reversed. So you're just resisting your Cancer energy because you're not listening to your emotional state. Things happen that are like kind of like, you can't really celebrate certain things that should be celebrated, right? Like you should be able to celebrate the birth of the new baby. You should be able to celebrate a marriage. You should be able to celebrate a graduation from school, or like different things, right? But it's like you can't celebrate those things because there's some grief there. And as this relates to relationships, you know, like maybe you're a person who, because you're not, like, you might really, I mean, it doesn't always have to be about marriage, but this is just an example that would fit this scenario. Like, you make it resonate. I mean, you don't have to make it resonate, but like, think about this energy in the context of you, because this is kind of a collective reading, and I'm not going to hit on the specific energy of every single body here, every single person here. But an example of what I'm talking about is like, say you really want to get married, right? And that's not happening for you. So there's some grief there. And every time someone has a wedding, you know, is getting married and has a wedding, it's like, it's almost like you can't totally celebrate that wedding because you're so caught up in your own grief of not having the wedding, right? It's that kind of energy. So take it as it resonates for you. The last one here is you have Six of Wands. This is about recognition. And King of Pentacles reversed. So where you're resisting your Cancer energy is you're not recognizing when you are too much, when you're too focused on the material realm, right? Because the Cancer is not focused on the material realm. Cancer is a water sign. Cancer is, you know, subconscious, emotion, receptive energy, the moon, right? And I think that sometimes we could be wrapped up in this material world, social norms. Ooh, the social norms that really kind of hit me in the context of like marriage and stuff, like what I was just talking about. Because sometimes we don't even want something because we want it for us. Like, we want something because social norms say we should have it. Like, I'm supposed to go to college, I'm supposed to be my husband, I'm supposed to, you know, social norms dictate XYZ, right? So we're not always even, so we can be too caught up in these social norms, this material realm, and we're not even recognizing when it's like what we really want versus what we're being told we want. So I have a couple more questions, but I'm going to do a little oracle reading because I forgot to do it in the beginning of the video. So we'll do that and get a little bit more context into this energy. And then we'll look at, I think, the advice. We'll look at the advice from Spirit, and then we'll look at, you know, what is hidden in the outcome. So we have the Sun, or Source. This is masculine energy. And Cancer is, you have retrograde. You have Pisces, sensitize, and you have Scorpio, investigate. I think sometimes you regret the actions you take, especially when it comes to like partnership. You know, with Pisces here, Pisces feels very deeply. Pisces is another water sign. Pisces can be very sensitive. Pisces is very about family, very family oriented. And then you have Scorpio, which is really about that subconscious realm that I was talking about. So I think sometimes you regret your actions because you feel so deeply. It's like I was saying, like that Knight of Cups rushes in, and you may end up in situations with people before you really realize it because you haven't investigated the situation fully. right? Before diving into it. Or the person, right? You know, if this is in the context of dating or whatever, this would be talking about a person. You're not necessarily like fully investigating, like, is this person aligned with me, right? You feel a certain type of way, and so you're kind of diving into it, and then you regret it later. Oh my gosh, the sun again, and it's in the same, like location. It's right on top of the other sun card. It says self-express and embody truth. Yeah, so when you're taking action, like really do the investigation and like know what you're going after, like know the truth of it. You have Libra again, like balance the scales, consider it. Consideration, fairness, and harmony, like really learn, like try to learn how to go into situations, relationship or otherwise, like really like understanding the situation. Like don't rush in with emotion, because you're Cancer, you're a water sign, you're ruled by emotion, right? And you're the initiator of emotion. You may be a person that takes the lead in terms of like approaching other people, right? You're the initiator of emotion. If you're not, and that might not apply because like Cancer is not necessarily an action oriented sign. So it might be like more in the way of like, you know that you like somebody or you're into somebody before they know they're into you, right? It's like your emotional body is like there, it's rushing in, right? But you need to take some time and consider, like don't just go by what you're feeling. This is like I was saying with the heroin. That might feel good at first, right? That might feel good. Like I meet people, I like them, I go for it. But at the end of the day, if you are dealing with situationships, I want to say situationships that end up failing, that doesn't feel good, right? If you're a person who really wants a serious relationship and really wants marriage and all of those things. So don't be a heroin addict. Don't rush into situations. We have Sagittarius. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. Yeah, you go into situations with optimism. You're like, oh, I met this new person, you know? And you are ready to jump in because your feelings are you're so sensitive to what you're feeling. You have Chiron, the wounded healer. You have house 3, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Yeah, early learning. I feel like you learn this pattern from the people who nurtured you as a child. You know, you need to do inner child work because this is a pattern that you learn from childhood. And then we have Jupiter, grow and expand. Yeah, so just learn from your experiences, grow and expand. Don't keep doing the same thing over again. Learn from it, change, you know? In Chiron, I talked about the wounded healer. You know, like I feel like you may be a person that is like a rescuer. There may be something inside you. It's like you're always finding the wounded people to heal. You may find yourself in relationship, you're overgiving with the Six of Pentacles reverse. When I looked at the overview, you're overgiving in situations because you're putting yourself in situations where you're paired up with people who are wounded, and there's something within you that wants to heal that, right? That is your oracle reading. And so we'll look at what's hidden in this situation. What are you not aware of? Okay, so what is hidden? You have Two of Pentacles and Death. I feel like what is hidden is how you can end, or how you can be more balanced when it comes to this. Like how to get there, the road to getting there is hidden to you. It's not super clear to you. You have Seven of Cups and Four of Swords. Yeah, so like like Four of Swords is like really about meditation. I think you think deeply about this a lot. And it's still very, Seven of Cups, it's still very mysterious to you. How to really end this energy. You have Queen of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles reverse. You're trying to nurture this physical realm without learning how to nurture this physical realm. And what I mean by that is, I was talking about social norms and like things that are kind of expected of us. You're trying to be the queen of that. You're trying to rule that. You're trying to win at the game of life. In other words, whatever you feel is the game of life, you're trying to win it, right? But you haven't totally learned how to do that, right? Because you are not grounded in earth. You're not an earth sign, you're a water sign. You're grounded in emotion. You're grounded in the subconscious, right? You're grounded in this receptive energy. And so I don't think that it comes naturally for you to do the things or be the thing you need to be to really like be the queen of the material. And it's interesting because you're Cancer, you're receptive energy, and the queen is receptive energy. So you're trying to be this receptive energy in the physical world without really learning how to master the physical world. You haven't gone through the internship, right? To learn what it's all about. And you have Five of Pentacles and Nine of Wands reverse. I think you've really struggled through this. You really struggled through this. It's been a long struggle. There's been a lot of confusion. You are starting to come out of the confusion. You're starting to realize why the lack of love or the lack of whatever you feel like you're lacking. Like you're starting to realize why that's there. Or you're at least starting to realize that there's a need to find out, right? There's not this total confusion. But that may be hidden to you. Like you may not realize that there is progress. Like I'm feeling like there's progress in that, right? The awareness of like there's something that I need to change here. There's something that I have control of when it comes to this situation and changing this situation. right? And that is progress. And I'm not totally sure you're aware that you have been making progress. You know, it's like me and my friend talk all the time, and, you know, like, I always have to remind her, like, hey, a year ago, you were in a much different place. Like, you've grown a lot. I was in a much different place a year ago. It's like we're constantly having to remind each other of this progress that we've made, because it happens so slowly most of the time that we're not always aware of it. Maybe you haven't dated in a while. Or maybe you've been kind of out of the dating game because you were kind of like, hey, this is not working for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you're not realizing that your energy, there has been a shift in your energy. You have the Devil and Eight of Cups. You are walking away from this Devil energy. This is your Devil energy. This inability to learn how to, I feel like I've said this a million times in this reading, but the ability to learn how and give love in a balanced way is your Devil energy, right? This has been a problem for you, but you are walking away. This is, again, talking about the progression that you have made, right? And it's hidden to you. It's not super apparent to you. And again, one reason it may not be apparent to you is because maybe you haven't dated in a while, right? And been kind of out of the game. And so you just remember what it was like when you were dating, and you're not totally aware of the fact that things have changed a bit for you. Your energy has changed. Take that however it resonates for you. And then you also have, now you have the Devil again, the Devil reverse and Temperance reversed. So temperance is about balancing the physical with the spiritual. It's Sagittarius energy, which is a card that did come out for you in your oracle reading. I can't remember what it said on the card. It says optimism, exploration, and freedom. Yeah, with Temperance reverse, I feel like you are denying, I think you are denying yourself that optimism, exploration, and freedom. So I think you're denying yourself. I may be talking to some people who haven't, it's like I said, who haven't dated in a while. And so because you haven't given yourself the opportunity to see that you have kind of turned this, because you're not giving yourself the opportunity to find optimism, you're not exploring, right? You are not giving yourself the opportunity to see that you have come out of this stuff, that you have changed it. You have come out of that Devil energy, right? So that's hidden to you. So let's look at your outcome real quick, and we'll close the reading with that. So for the outcome, you have Nine of Pentacles. You have Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're going to spend some time really learning how to give the love to yourself that you didn't receive in the past. Like you're going to spend some time really independently by yourself learning how to do that, right? So that you can like really attract in the energy you're looking for. You have the Emperor and Knight of Swords reversed. So this is that masculine energy again, right? And I said that this is kind of talking about like the energies that you're dating. I'm not sure. I'm not sure in the near future that there's going to be someone that's going to approach you, that's going to be talking, and like that's going to be really showing you what you're looking for, right? You know, with the Knight of Swords reversed, it's like they're going to be rushing in with this, like the way they talk to you, the conversations you have with them, I think are going to be kind of a turn off. And I think it may be that way for a while for you. And then you have 5 of Wands and 9 of Cups reversed. Yeah, like this is kind of like wishes not being granted. Like I don't think in the near, and you also have 5 of Wands, which is about chaos and conflict, right? So I don't think that in the near future you're really gonna find what you're looking for. I think it's gonna take a little bit of inner work. Like with this play card at the beginning of the reading, it's really gonna take you getting to know your inner child and really feeding that inner child like what it needs, right? Really healing yourself to the point where you can attract in what you want and desire. So this is your reading, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated with you, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. And I will be back next month with another zodiac reading, an in-depth zodiac reading for you. If you don't want to wait a month for readings, you can always check out my live every Wednesday from 2 to 5. And I'll be trying to put out some clips of those lives. So, and I'll definitely put out the whole video of all the readings. So thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you guys supporting the work I do on this channel. I think I may have said this already, but please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate that. Until next time, bye, Cancer.